Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News channel. Altcoins are actually doing very, very well right now, and this might actually be signaling a coming strength of altcoins. Now, will there be a massive altcoin run? I don't think so. I do think Bitcoin has to rise a little bit higher, but I do think this time, instead of being a delay between Bitcoins and altcoins, altcoins might just rise with Bitcoin, and maybe even overtake Bitcoin before Bitcoin hits a maximum. Because if you look at it right now, Bitcoin dominance is almost down at 60%. That's the lowest it's been for a while. And even when Bitcoin is stagnating in the mid 9,000s, altcoins have actually gained. Now that's a lot thanks to like Ethereum, VeChain, Cardano, and a couple of others. They've all outgained Bitcoin in this time, and Bitcoin has been pushed down in terms of dominance. Ethereum is at over $300. VeChain is at 1.81 cents. Cardano is at almost 15 cents, which is my next goal for it. And that's another thing I want to mention about Cardano. The momentum for the Shelly pump seems to still be there, especially as the hard fork actually arrives. Bitcoin gained like 1% today, and Cardano gained like 15%. It is probably the biggest gainer. Cardano is most likely the biggest gainer in the top, 10 or 20 coins, and it definitely is at 15.18%, 14.9 cents. It has outgained Ethereum 7%, outgained XRP's 5.5, outgained VET's 4.9, outgained XLM's 5.24. So essentially, it has far outgained all the other coins. So that is definitely because of the upcoming Shelly launch, and people are getting extremely excited for that launch, and especially all the Cardano fans. Because they actually see it as being like the next step, which it is. Now, let me remind everyone that you still need Goguen to really develop stuff because you actually need the smart contracts. So that bump won't actually happen until January. So we might get that winter retrace that sometime we've gotten in the last 2 years. Although I don't think there's going to be any more hash war because no one really cares about CSW anymore. And and there might be like a sudden stock market crash, but that's hard to actually predict when that actually is. And even if we have a sudden stock market crash, I do believe we will actually regain footing much, much faster than the stock market. So it actually looks like people are gaining confidence in other coins besides Bitcoin, even though Bitcoin is still under 10,000. Now, there are still a couple of coins in the red, obviously. BNB is slightly red, although it's pretty much even. And then if you go further down, you'll find like coins like Lend is down, KNC is slightly down, REP is down, and a couple others. But generally in the top 20, you do see like a sea of green over the last 24 hours, and especially for ADA. So I still think ADA has momentum. I'm hoping my target's always been about 25 cents for ADA. Between Shelly and Goguen. I do think they might actually retrace on August 3rd a little bit, or after August 3rd. But then after that, I do expect as we get more staking rewards and coins become staked, supply will become more scarce, and that will actually push the price up. Now, without a Bitcoin bull run, I still think the price of ADA can about double right now what it is right now. So I think it's actually a really good buy for the medium term. In terms of VET, I kind of project that a little bit further out because we still don't really know when they're going to announce like these Coinbase listings, which they will, because I'm pretty sure they have a Coinbase listing soon. And I'm not really sure when they're going to make these North American partners actually known, which they will too. It's just like a lot of guesswork right now, which I'm not a huge fan of. So like longer term, VeChain I still think is great. Short term and mid term, I think ADA is pretty great. Ethereum's always a decent option because it is the dominant mainnet. Although it does have threats from the other mainnets, especially if we get a lot of activity and there's a sudden pump or dump and Ethereum actually gets extremely high on gas costs. So it's that's the only thing you really have to be careful about Ethereum. There's still a lot of stuff running on it, but it is getting the gas price is getting very, very expensive, which would actually make people look to other solutions. But overall, the altcoin market is great. Bitcoin dominance is dropping, and that sort of is thanks to like Tether and other stablecoins, because with a Tether and other stablecoins, you don't actually have to transact through BTC to get to all the other coins that we want. So we can actually thank stablecoins for that. Even if you don't like Tether, you can thank it for having an altcoin pump, because you don't need everything to go through Bitcoin anymore. So it doesn't necessarily need to follow Bitcoin, although for a large part it actually still does. So that's really great for altcoins, extremely great for ADA. And yeah, it looks very, very bright. For those of us that have invested in smaller coins, we're seeing very high rates of return. So that is the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.